A popular Niger Delta militant, Asari Dokubo, and the Nigerian army have disagreed over who is responsible for Nigeria's pervasive crude oil theft. Mr. Dokubo claimed that the military is responsible for 99% of crude oil theft in the Niger Delta region. This is a bombshell, isn't it, BKO?
Yes, I think there is a bit of exaggeration there. There is some measure of exaggeration, but no honest person familiar with the goings on in that area will say that everything that Asari Dokubo said was untrue. There is no doubt that some rogue elements in our armed forces are neck deep in the oil theft, in the premium grade armed robbery that is growing on in the oil bearing communities. Everyone knows this. It's not what he said. It's not a new thing. What is new is the fact that he tried to blame them for 99% of the oil theft that is going on. Of course, that is an exaggeration. The security forces are involved in oil theft in our country. Key politicians are involved, especially some politicians from the Niger Delta area. They are involved in this theft. Foreign oil companies are also involved. Unfortunately for us, because of the way the oil pipelines are lying on top of swamps in the oil bearing communities, they are very, very accessible to oil thieves. This is industrial grade armed robbery that is going on in our country, and one of the best things that President Tinubu can do is to solve this problem once and for all. The whole world, all the countries that are major producers of oil, they've been making money since this unfortunate war began in Ukraine, the senseless war that Russia started in Ukraine. But it is Nigeria that is not making money. Look at the kind of money that Saudi Arabia has been making. Aramco, the national oil company of Saudi Arabia, have been making so much money. Profit. They are happy to announce profit. In our own case, we are not making money because of oil theft. In the 2022 budget, it was projected that we will produce 1.8 million barrels a day. Oil thieves succeeded first in slashing it to 1.6 million barrels a day, and later it came down to as low as 1.3 million liters a day. That is about 500,000 barrels being stolen. There's no country that can permit that to happen. On the average, these oil thieves are making 100 million on a given day. I was looking at some of these statistics, because if they were to steal 100,000 barrels a day, then it means that they will be making $10 million every given day. You can imagine $10 million going into the hands of armed robbery. Of armed robbers. The theft of Nigerian oil is at a level that is unprecedented in any part of the world. We do not even know how much we export from our export terminals. Look at what Asari said. Asari said Let me read what he said. What is happening in the Niger Delta in the past 8 years was unprecedented in the history of oil production anywhere in the world. The vandals do not only attack the oil pipelines, they have migrated from the pipelines and have gone directly to the oil well heads, and they take directly from the oil well heads. This is a crime against humanity because the people's livelihood is being destroyed. And every meter you see a naval houseboat or an army houseboat stationed. So the main culprits are the army and the navy, and there are notorious commanders who are known to be kingpins. Of course, the navy has come out to say name names. People do not directly get involved who position security men in the area, who allow bloody civilians to steal on their behalf. How do you then mention the name of somebody who was not directly involved in the stealing? For me, this is not the first time that I've had something like this. The former governor, immediate past governor of Rivers State, accused the GOC in Rivers State of oil bunkering. He accused him. He mentioned his name. Wike mentioned his name. I think it was General Saram also at that time. And the question he asked there was, why should the chief of army staff of that time, General Buratai, allow somebody who is said to be a well-known oil bunkerer to remain in that critical position? Now, General Saram simply ignored him. I am not saying here that I have evidence that General Saram was guilty or was not guilty. And I didn't see General Buratai respond by saying, look, what you have said against my junior officer is wrong. But for a governor to have come out and pointedly accuse a general officer commanding of being neck deep in oil bunkering, the governor must have some facts. To have openly said that, he must have some facts. I've been told that soldiers, naval officers even lobby to be posted to some of those areas, Bonny, and some areas where we actually have export terminals, that some of these security operatives actually lobby, pay money to be posted to those places. To certain places, if it's not because you want to make money from those places. So we can't continue to kid ourselves that we don't know that this thing is happening. People in government are involved, senators are involved, House of Reps members are involved, security officials are involved, and there's a cartel that coordinates this oil theft. You can't steal 500,000 barrels a day if it is not organized crime. It is more than an organized crime. Absolutely. It is armed robbery of industrial proportion. This is how I've described it. This is armed robbery of industrial proportion, of industrial grade armed robbery. This is what we are seeing. And we have President Tinubu said from the beginning that he wanted that problem solved because he knows we are losing money. How can we be losing this kind of money? So we've got to find a solution. Make examples of like rogue members of the armed forces who are involved in this, because the whole world knows that indeed security operatives are part of this stealing. The only thing is that Asari Dokubo clearly exaggerated by saying 99%. It can't be 99%. Other people are involved, politicians are involved, even foreign oil companies, they are involved because they can see that our country is so wide open to be looted. So if people can rustle cows, why won't they rustle your oil?